have the girls that are going to be doing the walk-up with the varsity girls, please come to the field. All the girls that are going to be doing the walk-up with the varsity girls, please come to the field. Thank you. The game will be starting at 7:15.
Won't even get pulled over in they new V, the good life. Let's go on a living spree. They say the best things in life are free, the good life.
Oh yeah. You get to them around front. Hot styles, every shoe, every color. That when you're famous, it can be kind of fun. It's really you, but no one ever discovers. In some ways, you're just like all your friends. But on stage, you're a star. You get the best of both worlds. Till it all takes you slow, and you rock out the show.
Oh, you made up in the jail before? Suck my girls and this is what they said. That you're looking for a boyfriend. I see that every time you know I'm gonna be there. Don't be scared to go, but you trust me. Can't you see it? All I really wanna be is your boyfriend. Let me down, you know I'm coming right back. I'm here and all that you're coming for. I really want us to be your Let me take a little moment to y'all know all right? Let's go. No masterpiece. 10 bad bads and they after me. One bad look like a masterpiece. Looking for a dunk like an athlete. Big drip, what you call it? Big drip. Ice chain, pure water. You got the cab, but can't afford them. You got the bad, but can't afford them. Give me the beat, I ride it like a jet ski. Some of the bad, they harassing me. They like me cause I rap and be the athlete. Stop asking me, I know they mad at me. Hop in the coupe, then I slide like it's Vaseline. West Coast 6 bucks. What you wanna do, baby, I don't care. We can go to the show, we can stand out here, and I can take you for a ride on my big green tractor. We can go slow, baby, go faster. Down through the woods, down to the pasture, as long as I'm with you. Really don't care. I can go ride on my big green tractor. We can go slow, baby, go faster. Down through the woods, down to the pasture, as long as I'm with you. Really don't care. I can go ride on my big green tractor. We can go slow, baby, go faster. Down through the woods, down to the pasture, as long as I'm with you. Really don't care. I can go ride on my big
Keep my cute.
All the pretty girls stand up. All the pretty boys stand up. Pretty boys in the house.
This right here is my swag. All the girls are on me swag. Everybody pay attention. This right here is my pretty boy swag.
Once again, if you're a future Cardinals softball program and if you're walking around with varsity, please advance to the gate that goes open to the field on the Crete Cardinal side.
It's driving me insane. Somebody call the po-po. I'm going crazy. Thinking about you, baby. 5150, just a sign of love. I'm going crazy. I love you, baby. I gotta get your and the mountains growing like a breeze, country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads, all my memories.
My life be like, yeah. My life be like, low key and staying candid. Reflecting all the things I try my hand at. Search for the equation to persuasions I'm used to. Finding comfort in the songs and possibles I get used to. A mountain is spontaneous, spinning and hustle.
All right. Here we go for the last game of tonight, the matchup from the visiting team. The Aurora Huskies have come here to our hometown Crete for a beautiful night of softball. Maybe not up at the booth here since it's really hot, but anyhow, we're going to have a great night tonight. Starting with the lineup for the Aurora softball Husky team. Number 1, a sophomore or freshman, Hannah Yonda. A senior, number 3, Riley Olson. Also a senior, number 5, Taryn McKinney. A junior, number 7, Eva Farnbrook. A senior, number 11, Taylor Yonda. A sophomore, number 13, Kaylin Spar. Another senior, number 14, Zayden Roberts. A sophomore, number 21, Sydney Thomas. A freshman, number 28, Addie Farnbrook. And another freshman, number 30, Zoe Johnson. All right, here we are for our hometown Crete Cardinal. Hey, tonight's a special night because we have the future of our Crete softball program joining us. We're so excited to have enthusiasm and energy to cheer us on. All right, here we go. We have leading off and playing left field, Ruby Van Horn. She is joined by Reese Kane, Michaela Muff, and Izzy Oltman. Batting second and playing shortstop, Caitlin Rand. She is joined by Aurora Lowry and Kyra Wolf. Batting third and playing center field is Carly Henning. She is joined by Harper Schwartz and Cameron Adams. Batting fourth and playing first base is Jordan Cole. She is joined by Brooklyn Resnick and Braylon Zeman. Batting fifth and playing right field is Riley Schmidt. She is joined by Lily Begay and Braylon Lawrence. Batting sixth and playing catcher is Ashea Steele. She is joined by Berkeley Aggie, Ella Begay, Cassidy Aggie. Batting seventh and playing pitcher is Max Schuyler. She is joined by Rory Holtzmans, McKenna Garvin, and Emery Gifford. Batting eighth and playing third base is Caitlin Boyle. She is joined by Madden Durham and McKinley Yeager. Batting ninth, playing second base is Laura Molly. She is joined by Emma Begay and Savannah Lowry. Coaching for the Aurora softball, we have Ashton Watson, head coach, assistant coach Bodie Moore, Joel Vanderpool, Kaylee Frezzi, Shelby Simons, and our Crete coaching staff, Kylie Griffin, Brittany Carroll, Alan Moore, Natalie Brainerd. There we go. And we'll go ahead and start tonight. Thank you again for our future of Crete softball. Those wonderful people in the light blue shirts.
Crete High softball team and our visitors, the future of Crete softball. It's great to see the connection between the younger girls and the older girls. All right. So we'll get ready here with the first pitch. Aurora's going to come up to the plate first, and the Cardinals will take the field first. Looks like Mackenzie Steyer is going to be on the mound for the Cardinals, Ashea Smith catching for the Cardinals tonight. So we'll get a few warm-up pitches in, and then we'll get started. So this is the Crete Triangular. We had an earlier game with Crete and Schuyler, where Crete beat Schuyler in 2 3/4 inning, 13-0. Then Schuyler played Aurora, and that game also ended early, with Schuyler winning, it was 15-2, I believe. And now the final nightcap here is going to be your Crete Cardinals taking on the Aurora Huskies. So it ought to be a good game between these two teams. Get Mackenzie Steyer on the mound for the Cardinals here. Mackenzie is a junior, daughter of Troy and Mandy Steyer, and Mackenzie pitches quite a bit in the summer. First base is Jordan Coe, senior co-captain of this team. Second base is Lauren Molly. Playing shortstop is Caitlin Went, Kitty Went, she's a senior. And third base is Caitlin Boyle. For the Cardinals in the outfield, we have Riley Schmidt in right field, Carly Henning in second field, our senior co-captain, and Ruby Van Horn in left field, freshman. So Cardinals are getting ready for the throwdown, and then we'll have our first batter of the night. All right, here we go. The Cardinals meet on the mound, settle in, and number 11 for Aurora coming up to bat. Yonda will be coming up to the plate for the Aurora Huskies. All right, let's get this.
All right, here we go. Here's the play ball. With the top of the first inning, the Crete Cardinals will take the field with first batter for the Aurora Huskies, number 11, Taylor Yonda, senior.
All right, Mackenzie Steyer again on the mound for the Cardinals. She looks for her first pitch from Coach Al Moore, and she slightly high for the first ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the first inning here as the Cardinals take on the Aurora Huskies. Again, Aurora is the visitor, and the Crete Cardinals are the home team. So 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Batter steps out. Mackenzie has the pitch called, and she's ready. And inside, kind of jams her up a little bit. Foul ball for the batter. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, so a couple, in my opinion, pretty evenly matched teams here, the Aurora Huskies and the Crete Cardinals. Should be a good game tonight. Cardinals played fairly good this weekend at the, and Shea Steele grabs that one for the first out. The batter papped that one up, and Shea Steele, sophomore, with a quick grab, and the Cardinals have the first out.
Number 28, sophomore, Addie Farmbrook.
Addie Farmbrook coming up to the plate for the Aurora Huskies. She's a left-hander. Looks like the Cardinals are in with a little bit of a shift. They're in tight, thinking that she's going to play some small ball here. You can see the shortstop and third baseman and the second baseman all pulled way in. And she does, and the shortstop is not able to get it, so
There we go. Number 28.
Base hit by number 28, Addie Farmbrook. Her big sister, Eva Farmbrook, now up to the plate. Eva's a junior. Her grandparents are Jim and Jane Farmbrook, who are from Crete. Were retired teachers from the Crete public school system and still live here in town. And she squares the bunt, first strike. So we've got 1 strike, 1 out, and a runner on first base. Little sister Addie Farmbrook on first base, and Eva Farmbrook up to bat. And Eva steps out of the box. I believe Eva is going to be the starting pitcher for the Huskies. Looks like 1 ball, 1 strike. They asked if she went, and the first base umpire says no. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, runner on first. All right. The wind has really died down. I have foul ball on the left field side.
Back to where they started.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes now for Eva Farmbrook. Again, her sister Addie on first base. Younger sister Addie. Outside, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Cardinals will be in action this weekend in Hastings at the Hastings Invite on Saturday. The Cardinal volleyball team is in action right now. Eva with a hit out to center field, and Carly Henning with an easy catch. Nice defensive play by Carly Henning. All right, so we got 2 outs now. Runner still at first. And number 5 for the Aurora Huskies up to the bat plate. Mackenzie Steyer looks at her wristband for the pitch, and ground ball to third baseman Caitlin Boyle, who throws it over to first base. Jordan Coe And we have our first top of the inning has ended.
0-0 at the bottom of the first.
All right, now the Aurora Huskies take the field for the first time in this game, bottom of the first inning. And the Cardinals will be getting prepared to take their first at bat. Looks like number 3 is going to be pitching tonight for the Huskies. Number 3, Riley Olson, will be taking the mound. She's a senior. Number 11, Taylor Yonda, is behind the plate for the Huskies, catching. Looks like the Farmbrook girls have the left side. Eva at shortstop and Addie playing third base. Number 21, Sydney Thomas, is covering second base duties for the Huskies. And number 5, Taryn McKinney, who pitched the first game against Schuyler, is the first baseman for the Huskies tonight. All right. All right, our first batter is going to be Ruby Van Horn.
All right, bottom of the first, under the lights, on a beautiful night, we have number 4, Ruby Van Horn, will be taking the batting position.
Ruby Van Horn with a school student body favorite of Country Roads by John Denver is her walk-up song. Ruby is a freshman for the Cardinals and is actually been playing very good. It's very hard as a freshman to come out here in front of your student body and play softball, but Ruby's been doing a really nice job. Ruby is the daughter of Jerry and Terry Van Horn. Terry works for the school system. And Ruby hits it to the shortstop, Eva Farmbrook, who throws over to first in time.
She's not quite quick enough. That brings it to 1 out for the Cardinals.
Kitty went. All right, so the first out,
Coming to base, we have number 12.
Caitlin Went is coming up to the bat. Kitty is a senior. Kitty Went is a full-fledged Cardinal now, but she was a cooperative from Lincoln Lutheran, came down and played her first 2 seasons with Crete softball, and then transferred to Crete and spent her junior and senior year here as a full-fledged Cardinal, and we're sure glad to have her little brother and her parents, Michelle and Ernie Wentz, as part of the Cardinal family. We'll give a shout out to Aunt Darlene from Colorado. I think I just screwed that up. I think it's Aunt Marlene. She dials in and watches
2-1 count for
Caitlin from Colorado, Aunt Marlene from Colorado, and also Aunt Liz in Minnesota will probably be dialed in tonight watching Kitty. And she pops one over third base. It goes all the way to the fence. Nice hit by Kitty, and she's going to third. They throw, and it's too late. So triple for Kitty Wentz. Nice job, Kitty. Way to put some pressure on this Husky defense. So it was not a hard hit, but it went right down the third base line, landed right inside, and rolled all the way to the fence. So up to the plate now is co-captain Carly Henning. Carly is a senior, co-captain of this Cardinal team, daughter of Jeff and Gail Henning. And Carly hits one high, but it goes out. It was just in play, but they weren't able to field it. So Carly coming back to the plate with 1 strike on her. Again, 1 out so far this inning. The score is 0-0. The Aurora Huskies, we're at the bottom of the first inning. Aurora Huskies and the Crete Cardinals. Carly's got some power on her, and she is due for a strong hit. So she does have a runner at third base. Kitty Went is at third. So a base hit scores an RBI for the Cardinals and puts them on the board first. So hopefully Carly can get that done. And she hits out to all the way to the home run for Carly Henning. Home run.
Number 24, Carly Henning brings it in. Herself into the run, making the score. Home run, Crete Cardinals, 2 for the Huskies 0. And now, number 16, Jordan Poe, senior, 1 out.
All right, Jordan Coe, senior captain, co-captain of this team, now up to bat. Jordan had a home run this weekend in Ashland, so we'll see if she can jack one over the fence too. And she's got a hard line drive to Eva for the second out of the
Brings it to 2 outs.
inning. So Carly Henning's home run scored 2. Kitty Went on third and Carly. So Cardinals are ahead 2-0. Up to bat now is senior Riley Schmidt, left-hander. And a little fun storyline. Jordan Coe, who just hit to the shortstop Eva Farnbrook, they play together in the summer on a travel softball team. So was teammate against teammate, now competitors on their high school team. That's the beauty of high school softball. A lot of these girls play together on different teams during the summer, get to know a lot of people, and then turn around and compete against each other during the high school season. But a great group of young ladies and some great softball here in Nebraska. All right, Riley with a hit to the left side. Second baseman manages it. All right, the end of the first inning. We completed 1 inning here in Crete, and the Cardinals lead 2-0. So we're getting a nice fill-in of the student section here. There's a volleyball match going on tonight as well, and so some of the guys are up at the volleyball game, but we also have a nice group of guys here supporting the volleyballers, or the softballers.
Top of the second inning here.
Several of the football guys are here.
Leading 2.
All right, Mackenzie Steyer back on the mound for the Cardinals. She kind of made efficient use of her pitches on the first inning and got out pretty quickly there. I'm not sure she pitched 10 pitches in that first inning. Tonight was the youth night for the Cardinals, so each of the players escorted one of the younger softball players on the field with them tonight. Nice evening, nice crowd of young players here in Crete. And I see the head of the Crete Diamond program, Carrie Kodal, is here supporting Crete softball. So again, some great softball here in Nebraska.
All right, starting the top of the second inning here for leads off with their batter, number 3, a senior, Riley Olson.
Riley Olson, number 3, is up to bat for the Huskies. And again, Mackenzie Steyer on the mound, junior on the mound for the Cardinals. Ashea Steele behind the plate. We have Jordan Coe on first base, Lauren Molly on second, Caitlin Went on shortstop, and Caitlin Boyle at third. And that ball goes foul. Mac really pitching a lot of these batters in the inside, kind of jamming them up. And that's just another example, that inside pitch that they had a hard time getting their barrel on the ball. All right. A little high on that one, so 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here. The top of the second inning for the Aurora Huskies, Riley Olson. Again, a
Another foul
foul ball down the third base line.
Brings the count 1-2.
And that ball gets past the third baseman, out into left field. Ruby Horn has it and brings it in to hold the runner at first. So runner at first base, no outs for the Aurora Huskies.
Huskies is number 30, Zoe Johnson, a freshman.
While Mackenzie's on the mound, we'll do a shout out to her Aunt Deb down in Texas. I'm sure Deb is dialed in watching her. Let's see, I think it'd be her great niece here pitching on the mound for the Cardinals. So glad that we're able to stream these games for family members far away to be able to continue to dial in and support their players. I think Aunt Ashley from the Jansen family in Norfolk is also probably dialed in watching Mackenzie if they're not here tonight. I suspect being a school night, the Jansens probably didn't make the trip down from Norfolk to watch Mackenzie, but they're probably dialed in watching her. Strike two. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here, no outs for the Aurora Huskies. We do have a runner on first base. Cardinal defense doing what they can to continue to hold the lead. The Cardinals lead here 2-0 in the top of the second. And strike 3.
There we go.
Outside pitch that the batter could not hold back on. So 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Number 13 for the Huskies coming up to the plate. Again, Mackenzie Steyer Jr. for the Cardinals on the mound. And she paints the outside corner.
At the plate for the Huskies, sophomore.
1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the top of the second inning. The Aurora Huskies up to bat and the Crete Cardinals in the field. Oh, hard drive out to second base, or out to right field. Riley Schmidt manages it and holds the runner at second. So the Huskies have runners on first and second with 1 out.
Now a sophomore, number 21, Sydney Thomas.
Number 21, Sydney Thomas up to bat for the Aurora Huskies. She's batter number 8, so the bottom of the order for the Huskies, yep. Again, the Cardinals have the lead in this game due to a home run, 2 RBI home run by Carly Henning. She hit one over right field fence for the first scores of the game. It was nice to see our senior co-captain smack one of those balls over the fence. Looks like we got 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Again, the Huskies have runners on first and second. And another strike, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. Or, excuse me, 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. This is the 3rd game tonight, so you guys are going to have to hold tight with me. These innings are starting to run together. It's been kind of a long day today. All right, Mackenzie, strike 2. Pulls one across the plate.
Runner at second, runner at first.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second for the Huskies. Again, the Cardinals lead 2-0 in this game. And a foul tip off the back of the backstop. Ashea Steele, sophomore, behind the plate for the Cardinals. Doing a nice job. She caught the earlier game as well. Carly Henning pitched the earlier game against Schuyler. There's another foul ball.
Brings everybody where they started.
Mackenzie really jamming up those batters with some inside pitches. They're having a hard time getting around on that ball, getting their barrel on the ball with that inside pitch. McKenzie, pretty effective pitcher for the Cardinals. Another foul ball. All right, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second for the Huskies. Batter is battling here against McKenzie, and McKenzie gets her with an outside pitch. Another strikeout for McKenzie. So 2 outs for the Cardinals here with runners on first and second.
For the Huskies, number 14, a senior, Zayden Roberts, with 2 outs.
Zayden Roberts up for the Huskies. She's the 9th batter, so the bottom of the lineup for the Aurora Huskies, and she takes the first ball as a strike. Swinging as a strike. Be nice for the Cardinals to get out of this inning without any runs, allowing any runs for the Huskies. Cardinals lead right now 2-0, and that 2 runs were scored on a 2-run homer by Carly Henning. The bottom of the first. Outside pitch, the batter did not go for that one, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Al Moore, assistant coach for the Cardinals, calling the pitches, calling them into McKenzie. And the ball right back at McKenzie. She has a nice toss over to Jordan Coe. And the Huskies leave 2 stranded. So we're going to go to the bottom of this second. The Cardinals lead 2-0, and we'll be ready here for some Cardinal batters. Nice night here. There's just a little bit of a breeze. It was a lot windier earlier, but flag kind of flopping around out there in left center field. Before it was kind of straight out, blowing out to the west. Now just a little inconsistent, kind of a light breeze out there. So Huskies warming up in the field. You see Coach Al Moore walking over to coach the first base side for the Cardinals. Looks like we're going to have a Shea Steele coming up to the plate for the Cardinals.
All right, here we go for the bottom of the second inning. Shea Steele coming up to bat.
Shea is a sophomore, daughter of Jeff and Corinne Steele. Catcher for the Cardinals, but also plays outfield and third base for her summer team. Shea has had first night out on the softball field. She hit a home run out at the Aurora Invite. All right, the pitch was low, so 1 ball, no strikes. No outs here in the bottom of the second, and the Cardinals lead 2-0. My name is Linda Stones. I'm one of the volunteer parents here, just providing some commentary for you tonight, trying to keep you up. Announcing overhead is Andy Christensen, one of the teachers here at Crete High, one of my mates in the announcer's booth, and then we also have Travis Coe, sponsor of the Cardinal streaming program, and Peyton, our student extraordinaire, helping with us being able to broadcast the game tonight. So big kudos to Peyton. She's been a softball supporter for several years now here in the booth with us. Inside pitch, Ashea. It's 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs for the Cardinals. Ashea Smith. See if she has the go-ahead if they pitch her one to take the swing. outside pitch, so, oh, it must have been, oh, no, they called that a strike. That was a late call. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Nope, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count on Shea Steele, sorry, and she walks.
Pitcher sends Shea to the first base.
So we got a runner on first, Shea Steele, the catcher, and they'll put in a courtesy runner probably for Shea, the catcher. I'm guessing it's going to be 22, Leslie Cradaville will be coming in to run for Shea. Leslie is a freshman.
Number 22, Leslie Cardinals for Shea. Coming to the plate for the Crete Cardinals, number 12, Max Dyer, a junior.
Mackenzie Steyer coming up to the plate for the Cardinals, our pitcher. Mackenzie is a junior. Ball high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs, and we have a runner at first base. Again, the Cardinals lead this game 2-0. It's the bottom of the 2nd inning. And there's a wild pitch. The runner advances.
Advances to second base.
So now the Cardinals have a runner in scoring position with no outs. Mackenzie Steyer at the plate for the Cardinals. And Mackenzie hits one out to center field. The center fielder caught it. And the runner holds up on second base. Smart base running by the freshman Leslie Cradaville to hold up. All right, coming up to bat is Caitlin Boyle, sophomore, daughter of Bob and Kathy Boyle. Her brother Jaden, twin brother, is on the boys tennis team. Big shout out to Coach Todd Sandberg and the boys tennis team. They've got about 30 guys out for tennis this year. This is the second year that the boys tennis team has had a program at Crete, and these guys are doing a great job. It's been fun to go out and watch it. It's great to see the number of guys involved in the program. All right, so Kate takes 2 balls, so 2 balls, no strikes. There's 1 out. That pop fly, Mackenzie out in center field, is our only out. Again, the Cardinals lead 2-0. Oh, and Caitlin fouls that one off. So we got Cardinals have a runner in scoring position on second base. Leslie Cradaville, freshman, is on second base, and we've got Caitlin Boyle up. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Caitlin hits one back up to the pitcher, but the batter or the runner advances to third. So
Takes it to 2 outs.
effective job there by Caitlin Boyle, advancing the runner to third base. So Cardinals now
Coming to bat, number 9.
2 outs, but Lauren Molly coming up to the plate. Lauren is a sophomore, daughter of Jason and Carrie Molly. Lauren's older sister, Morgan, played for the Cardinals a couple years ago and is now playing women's basketball for the Creighton Blue Jays, and her older brother, Colin, going to college, I believe, in Lincoln. He may have graduated, I'm not sure. Lauren's the youngest of the 3. They used to call her big sister Mo, and so Lauren many times gets called Lo by her teammates. So Lo up to the bag, the count is 1-1. 2 outs for the Cardinals, and there is a base runner on third base. So Cardinals lead this game 2-0. And Lauren swings and misses. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, 2 outs, but the Cardinals are ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And another ball. So full count for Lauren Molly. Again, runner at third base. On deck for the Cardinals is our leadoff batter, number 4, Ruby Van Horn, excuse me. And Lauren hits one up to the pitcher, but they were able to get her out at first base.
Takes the inning away. We're going to the top of the third inning with the score.
All right.
Huskies 0, hometown Crete Cardinals 2.
All right, here we are moving to the top of the third inning here at Crete, Nebraska at the Cardinals Stadium. Cardinals lead this ball game 2-0 on a 2-run homer by Carly Henning, co-captain of this Cardinal softball team. The Cardinals take the field. Mackenzie's going to take a couple warm-up pitches. We'll do a throwdown to second base, and then we'll get the third inning underway. So let me run down the lineup for the Cardinals. Mackenzie Steyer Jr. on the mound. Ashea Steele, sophomore, in the catcher position. Jordan Coe, senior and co-captain of this team, on first base. We have Lauren Molly, sophomore, at second base. Caitlin Went, Kitty, senior, at shortstop. And Caitlin Boyle, sophomore, at third base. In the outfield, Riley Schmidt in right, Carly Henning in center, and Ruby Van Horn, freshman, in left field. So we'll get the Cardinals going here.
Okay, top of the third inning with the Crete Cardinals leading with 2, starting off at the top of the batting order for the Huskies. Number 11, Kayla Yonda coming to the base.
All right, here comes Mackenzie Steyer back. Top of the third inning. Again, the Cardinals lead 2-0. The batter squares to bunt and misses for the first strike. So 1 strike here in the top of the third inning for the first batter. I believe this is the top of the Husky order. And she bunts right to the pitcher, Mackenzie Steyer, who easily fields the ball and throws it over to first base, Jordan Coe, for the first out for the Huskies. Number 28, Addie Farnbrook, a freshman, now up to bat for the Huskies. Again, Mackenzie Steyer Jr. on the mound for the Cardinals. And the pop up to Mackenzie. Mackenzie's doing a lot of work tonight. So 2 outs, 1 pitch, and the second out for the Cardinals.
For the Huskies, number 7, Eva Farnbrook, a junior.
Eva Farnbrook Jr. coming up to the plate for the Huskies after her sister just popped out to the pitcher. Eva fouls one down left field side, so 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, 2 outs for the Huskies here at the top of the third. They don't have any runners on.
2 outs.
Farnbrook hits one down the third baseline. The shortstop not able to handle the ball.
Nice little infield hit by the Huskies, bringing Eva to first base.
Farnbrook makes it to first. Again, 2 outs for the Huskies.
Runner at first. Coming to the plate for the Huskies is number 5, Taryn McKinney, a senior.
Taryn McKinney, the senior for the Huskies, up to bat. Eva Farnbrook on first base. But again, 2 outs for the Huskies. Cardinals lead 2-0. And a little blooper. The second baseman handles it, gets it to first.
inning.
And that's it for the Huskies at the top of the third.
Bringing it to the bottom of the third with the Crete Cardinals still leading by 2.
Okay, the Cardinals are going to be moving into the third, the bottom of the third with we're going to have Ruby Van Horn coming up to the plate here shortly. All right. We'll do a shout out to Crete Area Medical Center while we have a minute here. Crete Area Medical Center provides a full-time trainer here at Crete High School to provide support for the athletes. We appreciate all that they do. To support the athletic trainers.
Okay, we are still asking everybody to please hydrate themselves by heading over to the concession stand. There are only 10 pieces of pizza left.
If you're hungry, get it now, all right, Coach Christensen? All right, Ruby Van Horn, freshman, coming up.
In this inning is number 4. Starting at the top of the batting order, Ruby Van Horn, a freshman.
Ruby Van Horn coming to the plate. She's the daughter of Terry and Jerry Van Horn. Left fielder for the Cardinals. Nice hit.
For Raiders line, and within a second, Ruby Van Horn, freshman, takes her to first base.
Midway out to right center field, and she gets on base with a nice single, Ruby Van Horn. Now up to bat is Caitlin Went. Kitty, senior, shortstop for the Cardinals. Kitty's the daughter of Michelle and Ernie Went. And the catcher working to try to make sure she keeps that runner on first base, Ruby Van Horn. Ruby's got some speed on first base, so wouldn't be surprised if Kitty hits it up in the air, but it was in play, but was unable to be fielded by the third baseman. While Kitty's coming back to the plate, we'll do a shout out to Grandma and Grandpa Johnson from Hastings and Grandma and Grandpa Went from Kearney. I'm sure that they'll be in Hastings this weekend watching Kitty play with the Cardinals as we go out for the Hastings invite. And Kitty has a nice hit over second baseman's head. And Ruby advances to third. Kitty is stand up on second. And Ruby comes in for the score. I said that girl had some wheels, and she did. So Ruby in for the third score for the Cardinals. So the Cardinals lead 3-0. And now we have Carly Henning coming up to the plate. Last inning, Carly hit a 2-run homer, and that's what put the Cardinals up 2-0. Cardinals now up 3-0 here in the bottom of the third inning with no outs. And Carly's got another runner on second base that now advanced to third because the catcher wasn't able to handle that pitch.
0 outs.
So we got a runner at third base. Carly Henning up to bat for the Cardinals. And on deck is Carly's co-captain, Jordan Coe. So we have our 2 Cardinal captains coming up back-to-back here at the plate. All right, here we go. Outside. Be surprised if they give her anything very close. Carly cranked one out off over right center field earlier. 2 balls, no strikes. And Carly gets one to third, and the runner comes home. So Kitty scores.
A senior brings in another score to make it Cardinals 4.
Carly, a nice hit. They did fielder's choice and got her out at first. She was able to advance Kitty home to give us 4 runs. So the Cardinals up 4-0 here at the bottom of the 3rd inning with only 1 out. Jordan Coe, daughter of Jason and Jennifer Coe, up to the plate. Oh, and they call a strike. That was
At the bat, number 16, senior Jordan Coe. 1 out.
Jordy's had some nice at-bats. She's had a couple home runs on the season. I want to say about 3 or 4 already. She had a home run this weekend. She hits one down, third baseline, but it goes foul.
Brings her back to the plate.
So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out on Jordan. No runners on. The Cardinals lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Sure been nice to get some softball in this year with all the things with COVID and so many things being shut down and limited last year. One of the things that we really missed last year was our assistant coach, Trey, in the dugout. Trey is our special coach that comes in, and the girls take turns bringing him to the field and taking him home, and we miss Trey, so it's great to have him back. Jordan grounds out again to the shortstop where she did before. That was her summer teammate, Eva Farmbrook, was able to field that ball and throw Jordan out at first base. Coming up to the plate is Riley Schmidt, daughter of Raquel and Brian Schmidt. Riley's a left-hander, senior for this Cardinal softball team. And she fouls one down left field side.
Foul ball brings her back to the plate.
Riley's 2 older sisters played for the Cardinals.
Empty bases.
Her older sister played for the Concordia Bulldogs, played softball for the Concordia Bulldogs as well. So quite the softball history, heritage in the Schmidt family. So Riley will be the last of the Schmidt girls here on Cardinal Field, and we're going to miss Rocky and Brian. I know Riley has family out in Grand Island. I'm sure they'll be seeing us out in Hastings this weekend. Grandma and Grandpa live out in Grand Island and support the girls with their softball activities. All right, so we got 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. There's nobody on base. The Cardinals, though, still lead 4-0. Outside pitch. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Empty bags. 2 outs.
Again, the Crete boys are going to be in action tomorrow night over in Seward. I'm sure you'll probably be able to pick up that game on the Seward streaming network, would be my guess, if you can't make it over for the game yourself. I believe the game is going to be played at Concordia at their football field. It should be a good game between the Cardinals and the Blue Jays. Coach Newmeyer and his Cardinal football team have been doing a nice job. They had a really nice win against McCook last weekend.
There we go. Pitching staff
And took York to overtime for their first game of the season. So Riley makes it on in a walk.
Number 17, Ashea Steele, sophomore, coming to the plate.
All right, Ashea Steele, sophomore, will be coming to the plate for the Cardinals. And Ashea hits one, and the center fielder was able to catch it.
Now we're bringing the inning to the close. We're now going to the top of the 4th inning. Our hometown Crete Cardinals still lead 4-0 over the Huskies.
That's play. that. All right, we're getting ready to go to the top of the fourth inning here at Crete. Play a little Cheryl Crow since she was at, she performed this weekend, or this week, I think it was last night at Pioneer Bowl. Mackenzie Steyer again out on the field for the Cardinals, out on the mound. Shea Steele coming in here to catch. Leslie Cradaville was out there trying to warm up the catcher while we were waiting for Shea to get her gear on. Again, Cardinals defensively have been very solid. We've got Jordan Coe on first base, Lauren Molly on second, Kitty Went, shortstop, Caitlin Boyle at third base. In the outfield, Riley Schmidt in right, Carly Henning in center field, and Ruby Van Horn, freshman, in left. They've been doing a nice job. All right, we're going to be throw down by Shea, and we're ready for the Aurora batter.
All right, top of the fourth of the inning. We have number 3, Riley Olson from the Huskies, leading off this inning.
All right, again, the Cardinals lead 4-0 here in the top of the fourth. Mackenzie's done a very effective job of moving those pitches around and keeping the batters a little off balance here. See if she can finish strong for the Cardinals. There's a long hit out to center field. Carly Henning, missed it. Gets it into second, and the batter holds up at second base. So Carly had to go quite a ways to try to get at that ball and just came up a little bit short. I'm sure with the lights, it's probably not the easiest to catch out there. So the Huskies have a runner at second with no outs. And a foul ball back up over the announcer's booth.
One strike.
Mackenzie jams her up again, pitching inside. She can't quite get her barrel around to get on that ball. Like I said, Mackenzie's doing a really nice job of moving those pitches around, keeping those batters a little off balance, jamming them up on the inside. Al Moore, the assistant coach for the Cardinals, calling in the pitches. His daughter, Camry Moore, pitches for the Concordia Bulldogs over in Seward, and was quite the pitcher when she was here in high school at Crete. Foul ball, we can't quite get to it there.
Brings it right back where they started.
So the Huskies, no outs here, the top of the fourth inning. Count is 1-2 with a runner on second base. Again, the Cardinals lead this game 4-2 with some strong batting, one being a 2-run homer by Carly Henning in the first inning. Another foul ball.
Second ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs.
0 outs. Runner on second.
This is our third game announcing tonight, so I think we're starting to run out of steam here in the announcer's booth. Inside pitch, called a ball, so 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runner at second for the Aurora Huskies. Mackenzie Steyer on the mound for the Cardinals. And Foul ball down third base side. Beautiful night now here at the stadium. So nice and cool. Kind of spoiling us so that when that heat wave hits this weekend, we'll realize how nice it was tonight. Inside pitch, the home audience wanted a strikeout, but we didn't get it. So full count on this batter. McKenzie battling. Again, pitching a nice game, moving the ball around. Runner at second base. And again, another foul ball.
Brings everybody back to where they started. Still full count. 0 outs, runner at second.
Tonight was a special night. We had a lot of the youth softball players here at the stadium. They ran out and were introduced with the varsity players. We were supposed to have youth night last week, but we got rained out, so we held it tonight. And inside with the walk.
Pitching staff's in, one to base.
So,
First and second.
runners on first and second, no outs.
13 for the Huskies. A sophomore, Kaylin Starr.
We're kind of in the middle of the order for the Huskies. So Mackenzie Steyer on the mound for the Cardinals. Strike one. So this was a triangular tonight. Earlier games saw Crete beating Schuyler 13-0, and then Aurora beating Schuyler, I think it was 15-2. And now the final cap of the night is the Aurora Huskies versus the Cardinals. And the Cardinals lead now 4-0. Counts 1-1, no outs. Again, we got a lot of activities going on here at Crete. The high school varsity volleyball team is playing right now against Columbus. If you want to catch them on the other Strive channel, YouTube channel. So our high school streaming team is busy tonight. They do a great job. We got sponsor Travis Coe with us tonight, and our softball favorite Peyton is here helping out too. So we got 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs for the Huskies. They've got runners on first and second. And Mackenzie Steyer battling another foul ball down third base side.
2-2. Runner at 2, runner at 1.
So for those of you from Aurora and Schuyler that were dialed in for the middle game, if you appreciate us airing your game, please let our administration know so they can get some feedback. Foul ball back over the fence, out of play.
Foul ball. Everybody bring it back to where they started. Still 2-2 count.
All right, so 2-2 count. And again, runners on first and second. Cardinals lead 4-0, but the Huskies are threatening with runners on base and no outs here at the top of the 4th inning. McKenzie delivers, and they get the lead runner at third base. So for the first out,
Cardinal defense puts one out on the board.
Kitty throws to Caitlin Boyle on third to get the lead runner out. So we got one out, and the runners still on first and second base.
For the Huskies, number 21, a sophomore, Sydney Thomas. Seeing one out, runners at second and first.
All right, McKenzie waiting for the pitch call. And strike one on this Husky batter. And a foul ball off left field side.
Count is 0-2. Runners at second, runner at first. 1 out.
Nice night here at the stadium. A fair number of Cardinal fans and Husky fans here. You can see a lot of people scattered in the outfield watching the game, maintaining their 6 feet of distance between families. So we got some of the boys football team here watching the Cardinal softball team, cheering them on tonight. Appreciate the support. The student body. And again, another foul ball down left field side.
Back to where they started.
So while we're waiting for some balls to get thrown in, I'm going to date myself a little bit. Travis, the streaming sponsor for the high school, his dad was my high school biology teacher. So Mr. Mike Coe was also my shotgun coach when we had trap shooting at Crete High back in the day. So I'll do a shout out to Mr. Coe. All right, the Huskies get a pop out there to center field. Carly Henning not able to field it. The runners had to hold up a little bit. So able to hold them at 1 run, but the Huskies did get on the scoreboard. So it's 4-1, 1 out. And we've got runners on second and third for the Huskies. All right, I was getting a little bit of crackling feedback, so I wasn't sure how the audio was going through, so just wanted to do a quick sound check here. Crackling back at myself, but as long as you guys have good audio, we're good. All right, so no balls, 1 strike, 1 out here for this batter. Again, Aurora has runners on second and third base. Cardinals lead 4-1 here in the top of the 4th. And strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on second and third. I don't know if we have any scores for the volleyball. Oh, and there's a little pop to Mackenzie. She catches the ball for the second out. The Cardinal volleyball team is playing Columbus tonight up at the high school, just right across the road from us.
Number 11, Taylor Yada, a senior.
I believe the cross-country team will be competing tomorrow. Our Cardinal football boys will be heading over to play the Seward Blue Jays at Concordia Stadium tomorrow night. So the Crete fans pack it up and head down the road to go support those Cardinal football boys. They had a great win against McCook last weekend. They really looked solid. Some great plays by our senior players, Clay Sears, Braden Schmeckpepper, and Isaac Krotzel. So there were some other great plays too, but those 3 guys really had some significant plays this last weekend against McCook. A nice win for those guys and Coach Newmeyer and his staff. So we hope that they have great luck tomorrow night against the Blue Jays in Seward. All right, Mackenzie, we got 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was I think a late called strike there. So 2 outs. We've got runners on second and third. Oh, excuse me, it's 2-1. Counts 2-1. Getting ahead of myself here a little bit. Foul ball. Looks like she kind of fouled it off of her foot.
Count is 2-2. Runner at second, runner at third. 2 outs.
Mackenzie working really hard on the mound. This has probably been the most pitches she's had in this game in 1 inning. She really was pretty efficient the first couple innings out. Really has got good movement of the ball. Assistant coach Alan Moore does a nice job of calling the pitches. Full count here on this batter. Again, the Huskies have 2 outs, but they have runners on second and third. Cardinal defense has been pretty solid tonight, so let's hope we can get this out and go to the bottom of the inning 4-1. Ooh. Inside just a little too much, and the runner walks, but no harm, no foul, because bases now are loaded, so it's force out. Any base, force out.
For the Huskies, freshman, Addie Farnbrook.
Addie Farnbrook, freshman, coming up to bat. I think is she the leadoff batter for the Huskies? I think she might. Okay. So Addie is a freshman. Her older sister Eva is on deck. Their grandparents are Jane and Jim Farnbrook from Crete, retired teachers here in the Crete school system. And Addie gets a nice blooper up the middle, and Aurora scores 1. So it's now 4-2. The Cardinals still in the lead, but the Huskies are threatening. There's 2 outs. Bases are loaded, and junior Eva Farnborough coming up to bat. And Eva fouls one down, third baseline, right down the line, but just went foul. Big shout out to Crete Area Medical Center for sponsoring the athletic trainer that's on site for these games. Tim Timurup, athletic trainer, provides services to the Cardinals as well as any of the visiting teams. But that is compliments of Crete Area Medical Center and Lincoln Orthopedic Center, who provide the medical director oversight for the athletic trainer. Dr. Brandon Seifert comes down to Crete and sees athletes, orthopedic surgeon, and even does some surgeries here in Crete. So good collaboration between our hospital and our schools. Pop up, and Shea Steele with the catch for the third out. So the Huskies had the bases loaded. We're ready to try to get some more scores on the board, but the Cardinals hold them to just 1 run. Good defensive play by the Cardinals, as well as pitching by Mackenzie Steyer to keep the Huskies from scoring. Looks like we got a new pitcher on the mound. Eva Farnbrook is coming out to pitch. So we're waiting for the pitcher to warm up a little bit. Eva Farnbrook, the shortstop, is now on the mound to pitch for the Huskies. It's the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Cardinals still lead 4-2. Looks like it's going to be Mackenzie Steyer coming to the plate for the Cardinals. See if she can contribute to her cause for the win tonight. Mackenzie is the daughter of Mandy and Troy Steyer, and granddaughter of Deb Steyer and Deb and Larry Steyer and Linda and Greg Easley. So, and I'm sure they're both here, both sets of grandparents are here tonight supporting Mackenzie. And I know there's many aunts and uncles and great aunts and uncles watching from afar. I know Aunt Deb down in Texas probably dialed in tonight watching Mackenzie, as well as
Huskies too.
her aunt Ashley from Norfolk, Nebraska. So here's Mackenzie Steyer coming up to the plate. Again, it's the bottom of the fourth inning.
At the base.
No outs, and Mackenzie's our first Cardinal batter at the bottom of the fourth here. Cardinals lead this game 4-2. And they call first strike for Eva Farmbrook. This is her first inning pitch for the Huskies. And Mackenzie fouls the second one off. You can hear the Cardinal dugout with some cheers going on, trying to insert some energy into this game, cheering their teammates forward. Ava delivers a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs for Mackenzie Steyer here at the bottom of the fourth. Again, the Cardinals lead this game 4-2. Mackenzie, sharp hit to short stop, and they're able to get her out.
At the base, with Caitlin Boyle, the sophomore. 1 out. Bags are empty.
All right, so Caitlin Boyle's coming up to the plate. She's got 1 out. Caitlin, a left-handed batter, daughter of Bob and Kathy Boyle. And she takes the first as a strike. The student section is filling in even a little bit more here to cheer these Cardinals in, hopefully for a victory. All right, 2-0 on the count with Caitlin. Caitlin pops one right over shortstop into shallow left field and is on base for the Cardinals. Lauren Molly coming up to the plate for the Cardinals, sophomore. All right, so the Cardinals have 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning, but they've got a runner on first, and Lauren Molly coming up to the plate. Again, on the pitcher's mound for the Huskies is Eva Farmbrook, and she comes across with the first ball strike for Lauren. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. All right. Foul ball. So we've got no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out for Lauren Molly. And in the on-deck circle is Ruby Van Horn, our leadoff batter. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Lauren strikes out. All right, here comes Ruby Van Horn, freshman, softball player, daughter of Jerry and Terry Van Horn. Ruby's the leadoff batter for this Cardinal team. as she takes the first ball strike.
At the plate.
Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, there's 2 outs. The bottom of the 4th inning. Cardinals have a runner on first base. Cardinals lead this game 4-2. Ruby's had a couple nice hits earlier tonight. Let's see if she can. And Caitlin steals second base.
Great steal by Caitlin. Runner at second.
Nice job of sliding in there for Caitlin.
Ruby at the plate.
So we got a runner in scoring position for the Cardinals. Caitlin Boyle in second base. And Ruby Van Horn up to bat. She's got 2 balls, 1 strike on her. And they call that a strike, so 2 balls, 2 strikes for our freshman Cardinal batter, Ruby Van Horn. So Eva Farnbrook in to pitch for the Huskies. It's the first time through the Cardinal lineup, and she strikes out Ruby Van Horn.
Top of the 5th inning with the Crete Cardinals still leading 4-2.
All right, let's see if we can find some music for the Cardinals to get them going. We'll see if we can get Coach Trey to get the girls going here. Trey likes Shania Twain, so we'll... All right, the Cardinals take the field now. Here it's the top of the 5th inning. They still have the lead, 4-2. Mackenzie Steyer on the mound for the Cardinals. Cardinals with the throwdown, and we'll start the top of the 5th inning.
All right, here we are at the top of the 5th. Starting at the top of the 5th at the plate for the Aurora Huskies, number 5, senior Taryn McKinney.
All right, let's see what the Cardinal defense can do this inning behind junior pitcher Mackenzie Steyer. Mackenzie with a strike. She's been really painting that inside corner of that that plate, and doing a nice job. So strike 1 on this first Husky batter. One ball, 1 strike. Mackenzie's got nice movement on her pitches. Assistant coach Al Moore calling the pitches into Mackenzie, and Mackenzie doing a nice job of hitting her spots. There's a foul tip and just out of the reach of a Shea Steele catcher.
Brings the count to 1 and 2.
All right, so we got 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs, nobody on. Top of the 5th inning, the Cardinals lead 4-2. And there's a hit out to left field, and our freshman, Ruby Van Horn, with a nice catch. Ruby Dooby Doo with a nice catch out there.
Coming to the plate for the Huskies, number Johnson, a senior.
All right, so one out here in the top of the fifth inning for the Cardinals. Getting the Cardinals lead 4-2 against these Aurora Huskies. Mackenzie Steyer on the mound for the Cardinals. Inside pitch, ball one. And a foul ball, so 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1.
We got 1 out, no runners on for the Huskies here in the top of the fifth inning. Again, the Cardinals lead 4-2. Inside again. Another ball, 2 balls, 1 strike. And that ball hit out to center field, and Carly Henning with the catch. So some nice hits by the Huskies, but they just hit them right to our outfielders, and we get the outs. And
Nice job of the defense, Cardinals. Putting up 2 outs on the board. Coming to the plate now for the Huskies. Number 30, Zoe Johnson, a freshman.
looks like we got some of the volleyball players here, so the volleyball game must be over tonight. I see Marin Razgorchuk just joined the little blooper hit right over the second baseman for a single.
Up in the field, number 30, Zoe Johnson, bringing the runner at first.
Okay, it's the top of the fifth inning. There's 2 outs. Huskies have a runner on first base.
Sophomore coming to the plate.
Sophomore catcher, I believe, Kalen Spar, up to the plate for the Huskies. Mackenzie Steyer, again, junior on the mound for the Cardinals. And she is strike 1.
Foul ball, bring everybody back where they started.
All right, Mackenzie way ahead in this count, 2 strikes. The Huskies do have a runner on first base. There are 2 outs in this inning. Nice grab by Ashea. And they got the runner. The runner advanced to second, but no harm, no foul. There's 2 outs, so no big deal. Cardinals just need to get this batter. And Mackenzie's way ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Huskies looking at runner at 2, 2 outs, 1 and 2 count.
That was a nice grab by Ashea, though. Easily could have been a wild pitch, and they could have advanced potentially even further. The pop up to third baseman, and Caitlin Boyle with a nice grab to end. All right, we're getting ready to go to the bottom of the fifth.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the fifth inning. Leading off for the Crete Cardinals.
Caitlin Wentz.
Number 8, Caitlin Lane, the senior.
Kitty with a nice hit, and she's on. Nice wheels. So a little blooper down the third base line, and she is on safe. All right, coming up to the plate now is Carly Henning.
It's number 24, Carly Henning, the senior.
Carly Henning, senior co-captain for this Cardinal team, is coming up the plate. She's also the one that hit a 2-run homer earlier in this game to put the Cardinals in the lead. Carly takes the first ball, so 1 ball, no strikes. Oh, they want the sound off, I think. Carly fouls one back over the visitor bleachers. So 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1 count.
And another strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Runner on 1 for Crete. Carly Henning at the plate for the Cardinals. And Kitty takes off and is safe. Steals.
Got a runner in second. 2-2 count, 0 outs. Runner at 2.
And they call a strike on Carly. She strikes out. 1 out. 1 out. Jordan Coe up to bat. Called strike on her.
Looking at a 0-1 count.
Eva Farnbrook pitching for the Huskies and effective tonight. One's outside. So we got 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out for the Cardinals. We got runner in scoring position on second base is Kitty Wentz, and Jordan Coe, co-captain for the Cardinals, up to the plate. They called that a ball. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Jordan and Eva, the batter and the pitcher, are teammates in the summer. It's one of the fun things about softball in Nebraska. Nice hit for Jordan. And Kitty scores. Jordan Coe with an RBI single. Nice hit right between first and second base into short right field. Scores a runner, and Jordan Coe on safe at first. So Cardinals now up 5-2 with Riley Schmidt coming up to the plate. Jordan Coe on first base, running on first base for the Cardinals. And there, Riley with a nice hit up the middle. And Jordan's putting pressure on him. She goes into third. So Cardinals have runners on the corners, first and third, with only 1 out, and Shea Steele, sophomore, coming up. All right, Ashea Steele, sophomore, up to bat. She's the daughter of Jeff and Corinne Steele. And takes the first pitch outside for a ball. So the Cardinals up 5-2 here at the bottom of the 5th inning. We got a runner at first base, 1 out, and Ashea Steele up to bat. Inside, about got her. So 2 balls, no strikes for Ashea Steele, sophomore catcher for the Cardinals. Ashea's had a couple home runs this season, so they're going to have to be careful how they pitch her. She's got a little blooper going over to first base, and they were able to get it out for the Cardinals. Cardinals get another one. It's been a long night. So Cardinals score. It's 6-2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and we've got Mackenzie Steyer Jr. coming up to the plate for the Cardinals. She's got a runner on second base. Riley Schmidt on second base. Oh no, that's Ashea. Oh, Ashea just got out. Yep, on first base. So there are 2 outs for the Cardinals, but they do have a runner in scoring position. Mackenzie with a foul tip. You can probably hear the girls in the dugout, the Cardinal girls, cheering on their junior pitcher, Mackenzie Steyer. They call her Mac. Mac fouls it back over the visitor bleachers.
2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner in scoring position on second base. And Mackenzie Steyer fouls another one back.
Ball brings everybody back. Once again, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at 2.
One's high. So for a full count, it looks like.
Full count. Runner at 2.
Mackenzie Steyer facing a full count here against Eva Farnberg. Mackenzie drives one to shortstop, and they're able to field it.
Husky defense goes ahead and ends the inning here.
Still the Cardinal bringing a couple runs there.
Top of the 6th inning.
6-2, top of the 6th inning.
Cardinals 6, Huskies 2.
All right.
I'd also like to take a shout out to our good-looking bachelor-level student body for the 3 Cardinals here.
Woo! Tell them beat Blue Jays tomorrow night, Cardinals. Cardinal football team will be taking on the Seward Blue Jays tomorrow night at Concordia Stadium. So for all you Cardinal fans, head on over and support Coach Newmeyer and the football team. All right, the Cardinal defense has been pretty good tonight and had lots of catches in the outfield. Let's hope they can stay behind Mackenzie here as we head into the top of the 6th inning. So 6 outs away from the Cardinals being able to pull this off. But in high school ball, 6 outs is a lot of outs. So nice night here at the stadium, though. Not much breeze going on. The flag is pretty flat out there.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the 6th inning. 3 Cardinals 6, Huskies 2. Coming to the plate for the Huskies.
All right, here we go with the Husky lineup. See where they're at.
All right, coming to the plate for the Huskies, number 21, Sydney Thomas, a sophomore.
So she's the 8th batter for the Huskies, so they're at the bottom of the inning. They'll roll over to the top of the inning here. Mackenzie starts off with a strike. Again, top of the 6th inning here at Cardinal Stadium. The Cardinals lead 6-2 against the Aurora Huskies. And a foul. So Mackenzie way ahead in the count now, 0-2. No outs for the Huskies, and this is the 8th batter, so we're at the bottom of the Husky lineup. Like I said, the Cardinal defense has been playing really well. Mackenzie's done a nice job at the plate. So we'll run around. Mackenzie Steyer on the mound, Ashea Steele, sophomore, behind the plate. And high. 1 ball, 2 strikes, I believe, here. No outs. First base is senior Jordan Coe. Second base is sophomore Lauren Molly. Shortstop is Caitlin Went, senior. And third baseman is Caitlin Boyle, sophomore. So Mackenzie with the first strikeout. 9th batter coming up for the Huskies. So 1 out here. The top of the 6th inning for the Cardinals. Again, the Cardinals lead 6-2 against these Aurora Huskies. Inside, ball 1. In the outfield for the Cardinals, right field is Riley Schmidt, senior. Center field is senior Carly Henning, and in left field is freshman Ruby Van Horn. And foul ball, so 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, 1 out for the Aurora Huskies. They have no one on the base path. Again, the Cardinal softball team is going to be in action this Saturday in Hastings at the Hastings Invite. Cardinal boys are going to be in action tomorrow night in Seward for football, playing the Blue Jays. There's another strike. So Mackenzie's up 1 and 2 on this batter. I think the cross-country team with Coach Croft are in action tomorrow as well. So a lot of activities going on. I think when we had our fall sports kickoff, I think there were like 188 students involved in fall sports for Crete, and there's a strikeout for Mackenzie. All right, 2 outs. Now we're back to the top of the inning, number 11 coming up to the plate for the Aurora Huskies. So that's about probably a little more than a fourth of the student body out for sports this fall, which is great. Then we've got a really strong instrumental music program. I think there's a couple hundred, there are about 100. Nice catch. Good job there, Caitlin Boyle with the catch. Let's see. We're going to be going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Oh, and it's the game.
That now concludes our.
All right, that's a game, 6-2.
Hometown Crete Cardinals 6, Aurora Huskies 2. With the great battle. Safe travels to our Aurora Husky fans, friends, and team members.
All right, thank you all for dialing in. And again, thanks to Travis Coast, sponsor, and Peyton for their work tonight in streaming this game and bringing it to you. All right, have a good evening, and we'll see you next week. The Cardinals will be at home Monday and Tuesday, and we'll be streaming those games next week. Again, thanks for supporting the Cardinals, and hope to see you at Seward tomorrow night.